Hello.
I'm trying to get a couple of things ready still. Had a faculty meeting that I had to leave because it still wasn't over.
Oh.
I shall return.
Hi, Carrie Ann. How y'all doing? Are we awake?
Good.
Hi. This is really funny. I'm sorry. It's just quietly awkward. It is. It's very awkward.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get ready for the meeting still. I have my notes all ready to go, but I literally just left a faculty Zoom meeting, and so I'm trying to get ready to tell you guys everything we need to know.
She does post these on Google Classroom.
Let's see. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Anybody having a real hard time right now?
Good.
No.
Who said yes? Okay.
Wes. The moles coming in.
Happy 18th birthday.
You're getting thick, bro.
I just seen my pretty fan in my room.
Okay, so it looks like we have 21 people in here now, so we're almost all here. Although I do know our juniors, the junior girls are probably not going to be here because Greg scheduled a meeting at the same time. That Greg, I tell you. So I guess, let's see, you guys can see me now, right? I had made it so you couldn't see me for a little while.
Yes.
Because I was busy getting my notes ready. So hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back to school. As you guys can see, I'm in my classroom. There's the board behind me. I am taping this, and I plan on taping any of the meetings that I have, and we'll post the videos afterwards. So if you ever can't make one of the Zoom meetings, I will make it available. Like in Google Classroom, I'll post the video. Let's see, other things that you should know is we created, when I say we, I should give Miss Peterson the credit because she created a YouTube channel for the math department, and then we have a playlist for AP Calculus. So you guys can follow. It's, I think it's Almolino Math. Let me double check. And you should be able to access it. Yeah, elmolinomath@gmail.com is, I don't know, that's the email. So that's the YouTube channel. I'm totally new to YouTube, so I don't know exactly how that works. But that's where I'll be posting everything so that, you know, that's kind of where the meetings will all get stored. So So that's that. I am going to mute everybody right now because, well, that way you guys, I don't know what you guys are seeing right now, but I do know that when other people make noises, a lot of times you'll see that person. So I'm just going to mute everybody so that you just have to see me right now.
You muted yourself, Miss Grassel.
Miss Grassel, you muted the wrong person.
Let me try that again. How about now? So anyway, the muting it will be handy because when I'm like teaching up on the board or something like that, you will be able to just see me and you won't see like when Coleman laughs at me or something like that. Oh, we got somebody else in here. We now have 22 participants. You guys should also be able to have a chat screen open. And so, you know, if you do have questions, you should be able to raise your hand, which I think I'll be able to see. You can also put questions in the chat, which I will hopefully see while I'm talking and be able to answer those questions too. So you guys may have just seen there was a homework assignment that just got posted in Google Classroom. So I did create a new homework assignment, and that homework assignment is to kind of wrap up our volume unit. You guys should have your volume projects well started at this point. They are going to be due on Friday, and I'd just like you guys to send me a picture of your actual shape and then of the like piece of paper that has the description, the picture of it, and then the calculus behind everything. So you'll just submit those directly in that assignment there. Let's see. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the AP exam updates. I don't know how much you guys have seen or have been kind of keeping track of that kind of thing. I'm guessing they've probably sent you guys emails. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if they've sent you any emails that you've seen? Yeah, okay, so maybe some people it looks like, but you know, how much have you really read through it? So I'm going to take a minute to, I put something really rough together that I'm just going to use to kind of show you guys to talk about what I know about the AP exam. There will be 2 opportunities to take the AP exam. I don't know what those dates will be. I'm guessing the first date will be close to when we were originally scheduled to take it, which I don't know off the top of my head. But it's early May. And then they are also allowing for one that is going to be later for those people that feel like they need more time. I don't know how they'll do it exactly, but I know that it is, it's going to be something that you can complete on some sort of device, a computer. It could be a phone, it could be a Chromebook. So they will be able to get your work from all of those different types of devices. They have done things like this before, not with the entire population, which is what they're doing now, but they do have experience with giving AP exams similar to this. And so, you know, it's not something that they are doing for the first time. They have some experience with it, which was reassuring for me because this is, yeah, brand new. So it is supposed to be a 45-minute period that you have, that you're given time for. And you, I believe it's going to be free response questions. I'm guessing it's going to be 3 free response questions because typically in the past, the free response questions have been about 15 minutes per free response question. I don't know if they will be, questions that you can use a calculator for, but that's what I know, that it's going to be 45 minutes. It's going to be free response, not multiple choice, which I was actually kind of surprised about. And it's not going to be on the entire year. So this is, I'm going to share with you guys something that I put together. It's just this real kind of rough idea. It shows, let's see, can you guys see that? Can you guys give me a thumbs up? Can you see that? Okay, thanks. So for the people taking the A/B test, it's only going to be on units 1 through 7. And so we've done units 1 through 6. And we are currently in unit 8. This is the picture of the thing in the back of my classroom, so you can see the folds in it and everything. You can see a better copy of this if you go on to AP Classroom. They have all of the different topics here. And I can share this with you guys too, just because it kind of puts it all in one place and you can kind of see it. It will not cover unit 8, which is like the volume stuff that we're doing right now, which is why I'm wrapping up the volume unit so that we can start with the stuff that you actually will be tested on. But the volume stuff is one of my favorite things in calculus, and so I do want to make sure we finish that up. The average value that we talked about a little bit, that's all in unit 8. So again, unit 8 will not be something that you're tested on. Unit 7, which is differential equations, is what we will start with next week. So that is the only thing that we haven't covered yet, and we will start that unit next week, and then we will do an entire review session on that. So again, I'll share this document with you guys later. But it also has information for people taking the BC test also. And then you can see with this part down here, you know, I just kind of talk about what we'll be doing. You know, we'll be starting on the unit 7 stuff. And so anyway, I will share that with you guys in Google Classroom to see later. So I'm gonna unmute you guys and see if anybody has questions or comments or thoughts on any of that right now. Maggie?
So for the homework that you assigned, you mentioned last time you want like a picture.
Okay, so I'm asking if you have questions on the AP updates or the AP exam or anything like that right now. So I'll let you ask questions about homework and that kind of thing in a little while. So everybody good with AP updates and where we are with that?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to mute you guys again because I'm going to take over again. I want you guys to keep in mind that in terms of me, but also all your other teachers, we are in a brand new time. We're having to do something that we've never ever done before, and so you have to be patient with your teachers. I know this is really hard on you guys, and it's going to get frustrating sometimes when teachers are asking you to do things that maybe you don't know how to do. I think that you guys are in a better boat than a lot of other students because you guys are seniors, you've done more things, seen more things, you can figure things out because you guys all have such big brains and you're all really smart. But you know, there's going to be a lot of students that are really struggling with this and really having a hard time, and it's so anyway, just be patient with your teachers. I am really good about accepting feedback. I don't really get embarrassed, even if you were to post it here for everybody to ask, you know, if you were to just say, Ms. Grassel, I think you should not be muting us right now. You know, I don't care. I can deal with that. But other teachers might get embarrassed if you say something like that to, you know, in front of the whole class. So just be aware of that. Try to help your teachers, but not do it in a way where it might embarrass them in front of other people, because there's a lot of teachers that are really struggling with how to make this all work. So my plan going forward for this class here, I am planning on giving assignments at the beginning of the week. I probably won't do it like on a daily basis kind of thing. I'll probably give assignments at the beginning of the week. I'll probably teach lessons. I'll probably do live lessons, maybe at the board. Maybe I'll try to figure out other ways to do them live where you can just maybe see me writing notes and hear me as I'm writing the notes. I'm kind of playing with different ideas to make that work. But I will always record the live videos so that you could access them later. And I am going to ask that you guys give me feedback and let me know how things are going, if stuff's working for you, or if it's not working for you, so that we can try to make this work as best as we can for everybody. So we still don't know what our schedule is going to be. Right now, we don't have any kind of schedule ready to go yet, which is a little bit frustrating as a teacher because I feel like I need a schedule so that I can plan for things. You guys are my only class that I'm actually having a meeting with today, just because we need to get through some stuff before our AP exam. All the other classes I'm probably going to be starting next week. So. But yeah, I plan on giving you guys assignments at the beginning of the week, doing lessons throughout the week that'll be available either live or videotaped, and then having you guys turn everything in at the end of the week. I probably will not be doing tests. I don't know how I would do tests, but I will be collecting homework that I will be basing your grade from here on out partially on that homework. And it will be at least partially graded. So I will be looking at the homework and what's getting done. So it will be graded on completion. It will also be partially graded on correctness. So I'll probably pick 1 or 2 problems in an assignment to grade for correctness. I will continue to post the solutions. So, if your answers look exactly like the solutions, I'll be able to tell that you copied them exactly. So try to do them on your own first. Try to use the solutions to help you if you need help. And then please go ahead and check your answers so that you know they're correct. I want you guys to be getting good grades on these homeworks. So my expectation is that you do check your answers and make sure that they're done correctly. But again, keeping in mind that I don't want you to just copy something. I want you to be able to get something out of it. So let's see. I'm probably going to have to go in and change Aries so that it's not showing your grades are 100% tests. It's probably going to end up being more like 80% tests, 20% homework. And I don't know how that will come out. I don't know if that's going to come out fair. So if you feel like that is affecting your grade in a negative way, please talk to me about it. Please reach out and we can figure something out, because I don't want it to affect you guys negatively. I just want to find a way to, go forward, have you guys learn, have you show me that you're learning, and that's kind of my goal. I don't want it to, to make your grades go down. Let's see, what else? Okay. So in terms of homework and that sort of thing, if you guys would just make sure that you like either take a picture, or I believe you can actually scan things with your phones, which might make it easier for me to read. If you can, I've heard that if you have an iPhone anyway, you can go into Notes and there's a scanner app in the Notes. And so you can scan things and then get it into your phone and send it to me that way. So you could play with that. Pictures might be fine, but sometimes the pictures are really hard for me to see. Like when I zoom in, they don't come up very clear. So think about maybe trying to do some sort of scanner app so that I can see that. But yeah, so you should be uploading your assignments in the Google Classroom post where I've assigned it. So I think, let me just check my notes real quick. I think that was everything that I wanted to talk to you about for now. So let me know what questions you have and what I should talk about that I haven't talked about yet. So I clicked unmute all, but some of you guys may have yourselves muted still. If you want to mute yourself again right now, you can. And then that way you can just let me know if you have a question. So you can either use the hand up in, like if you go to manage participants, there should be a way for you to put your hand up. Or you can just put your hand up like Hannah has her hand up right now. Yes, Sarah?
Okay, so I know how in chapter 6 there's the section 6.6, so like we're not finishing chapter 6, we're just going to do this last homework assignment of chapter 6 section 5 that you posted, and then we're going to move on to chapter 7 because that's what we need for the AP exam.
Yeah. So I had there was the homework assignment that I assigned before the break, which was assignment number 19. And I would like you guys to turn that one in on Friday. And then I just assigned a new one today, number 20. I'd like you to turn that one in on Friday. And then the volume project, I'd like you to turn that one in on Friday also. And I'm just gonna say at some point on Friday. It doesn't have to be, by 10 a.m. or noon. How about we say before 5 p.m. because, then it's the weekend at that point. But if it's after that, as long as it's Friday, it won't be counted as late. Maggie, you got your hand up.
Yes, I was wondering if we're still gonna have time to go over homework questions in the lectures that you start, and if I know you don't have a schedule yet, but are you planning on having them Monday, Wednesday, Friday, kind of like how our class schedule is, or more or less frequent?
So I don't know what the school schedule is going to look like yet, so I don't want to say for sure how I'm going to do it. I am imagining I'll probably do live sessions where I, teach a lesson, and I'll try to keep them pretty short. I'll try to make them compact, and then allow time for questions during those live lessons. And then I'm hoping that we'll also have a time for office hours, where we could do another one of these meetings at that time. I think these Zoom meetings are nice because you can take a piece of paper and hold it up to the camera to say, Ms. Grassel, I have a question about, this problem right here, and you can hold it up to the camera and we can look at it like that. As you learn how to work with Zoom a little bit more, if you have something on your device, you should be able to share that image with me too, and with the whole class too. So we should be able to look at it that way. But yeah, I'm hoping to have office hours where I can address individual questions, and we might make something where, a particular assignment in Google Classroom, you guys say, please help me with number 5, and then somebody else says, and I want to see number 7, and then I can have those questions ready to go. So that when we do have office hours, I can go over them with you guys. Okay.
Thank you.
Make sure you put your hand down now that your question's done. Other questions? So just as kind of a Zoom etiquette thing, I want you guys to keep in mind that, I can hear when people are moving. Sometimes you're brushing up against the camera or something, and so it's making a noise. So if you're not doing any talking, it's a good idea to hit the mute button for yourself. And that way too, if your dog barks or something like that, it doesn't bring the screen to just being able to see you. So just as a general practice, when you're in a Zoom meeting, have yourself muted until you want to talk. So Cassidy, you have your hand up. What's your question?
What time would these meetings be at?
So that is something that, again, I don't know yet, because we had a faculty meeting this morning, and I was really hoping at that faculty meeting they were going to say, this is going to be the schedule, this is what our expectations are, this is what we want everybody to do. And it wasn't like that at all. It's still what do you guys need? What do you want to do? And so it's just lots of discussion still, and it's frustrating on our end too. We should have a schedule hopefully by the end of today, and I will make sure that you guys all get that schedule. So if it doesn't get sent home to students, because I know some email communications have gone to parents, but I know that you guys haven't necessarily gotten stuff from the district. So I'll make sure if there is an update that you guys get that update also about scheduling or anything else that might be important, but we really don't know much still at this point. So So yeah, let's see. Maggie has a hand up again.
I don't know. Maybe it's still up. I guess. I don't have a question though.
Okay. Anybody else have a question?
Oh, I do. How many like assignments do you think that you'll be assigning per week? Because I know that from filling out all these surveys, like a bunch of teachers have been asking like, oh, like what's a reasonable amount of homework like you think we should be giving you? And since we're all kind of new at this, like how many like? Because I know that we usually get like 4 per week, like due on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and like the next Monday. So do you think that you'll be doing kind of like that same thing of homework assignment amounts, or?
I don't know. I think that it'll probably be a couple of homework assignments a week. I'm thinking it'll probably be like 2 homework assignments a week, but it might just be 1 homework assignment that is, you know, for the whole week. So again, it's really fluid right now. I don't know what it's going to end up looking like. But again, I just want to encourage you guys to give me feedback if you feel like it's too much, if you feel like it's not enough. You know, I think it's going to be different for different people, how much they need right now, how much they can do, how much, you know, they are willing, I don't know, what they're able to do. So, yeah.
Also, like, there's kind of like a general question about this whole situation. Do you think that we'll be like ever going back to school this year? Like, is our senior year gonna be canceled? Because like, kind of sucks. But
So this is what I've heard in terms of updates on that note. I mean, you guys probably all heard the governor said that we will probably not be going back to school this year, but that is not a for sure thing at all. I have heard that there are a lot of districts and in our county, our county is included in this, that they're planning on the distance learning continuing through April, and then mid-April reassessing to see if it's looking like we would be able to come back in May. So I think that there is a possibility that we could be back in May. But we won't know anything until we see what's going on with this damn virus, and if people are really respecting the, you know, keeping their distance and not, you know, giving it to each other. So it's really going to depend on that. So Cassidy, are you singing, dancing?
I guess just like, so if we did not go back to school year, like we just wouldn't have a graduation, like, because I know how yesterday you were talking about how you would like to see one, so like we'd all just show up in like July and like do a graduation or something, like.
I don't know. There are so many things that people are trying to figure out right now. One of the things people are trying to figure out, like we are waiting to hear from the UCs to hear, you know, like this may not affect you guys that much because a lot of you have already been accepted to colleges. But like juniors and sophomores and freshmen, where their grades are really important for getting into college in the future, we're waiting to hear from the UCs what their thoughts are on that. Are the grades from this semester going to count towards being able to get into college in the future? Or, you know, what is the plan with that? So there's so many things that are still up in the air that that people are trying to figure out that we just don't know still. I mean, I guess I'm hopeful that we will be back at school in May, because that means that you guys would get to have all of those senior things that I really hope you don't have to miss out on, like prom and senior picnic and grad night and graduation and all kinds of fun stuff. I mean, it breaks my heart to think that you guys wouldn't get to do those things. And so I'm staying hopeful that you still will. But, you know, I know that people are really aware that that's something that, you know, you guys would be missing out on, and trying to find ways to make that something that you guys will still be able to do. So I don't know, Sarah. Wish I had the answer. Coleman, don't cry. It's all right.
I was gonna.
It's sad. It really is.
I wasn't gonna go to prom anyways, so.
Maybe some of the other events, hopefully we would have seen you at graduation.
I hope.
All right, what else? Do you guys have other questions? It's 11 o'clock now, so I've 11:01. I've gone past my time frame here. So anything else you guys want to talk about?
Gonna like
Okay.
do notes.
What?
Are we gonna like do notes on the regular?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And honestly, there aren't that many more topics that we haven't covered yet. So I think there will be some notes that we'll take to finish up the last unit, which I forget which, it's chapter 8, I think, in our book, but it's unit 7 in AP classroom. So we will have some notes on that. Yeah. Other questions? Okay. So I'm going to say we're done with the main part of the meeting here. And then if anybody has any questions about the volume project specifically that they'd like to talk about, or about like assignment number 19, which you've had for, a couple weeks now, and hopefully have spent some time with. If you have questions on that you'd like to go over, we can take a look at some of that. But otherwise, I'll say if you are good and don't have any questions yourself, you can go ahead and leave the meeting. And anybody that wants to ask questions can stay and ask their questions. So I'll say goodbye. Anybody that's going to take off now?
Bye.
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 Bye. So I still see
Okay.
Carrie Ann and Cassidy. Hi.
I just had a question on what chapter, like, because I watched the video of the Zoom meeting yesterday. What chapter is like, are the problems that are like we're using as examples in? Is that chapter 8? Because I know you said you could like use a
Gotcha.
number book.
So it's section 6.5.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's all I
So the stuff that that I just assigned problems from, you could use some of those problems that I just assigned even. Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Okay. What you got, Carrie Ann?
I'm trying to, I just found how to leave the meeting. I didn't have any questions, so I just wanted to listen just in case I was missed anything.
Sounds good.
I'll check out the video, and if I have any questions, I guess I'll just email you.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you, Ms. Grassel.
You're welcome. Good to see you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.